Wow. Look at this beautiful background we have for you, Noodz.
What's up, everybody? I've never seen ADATOMS before ever. What's up, man?
There we go.
That's awesome. And y'all are buds, and it's the first time connecting.
First time ever, yeah. I didn't know. I thought this was a Twitter space, and I was like looking on the Twitter app. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm gonna join it in because we were just in like another sorry, it's really sunny. We were just in another space, like talking about academia and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna go. And ADATOMS ducked out first, and I kind of like hung around because it was a really good combo, and we were talking about like you know, making academic conference and all these cool connections, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna hang here. And we can talk about whatever and then try and like touch base and like follow up in like a day or two or whatever it might be. And then I was like, yeah, and then I'll hop over to the other space. And I'm sitting here looking at twitter.com, like, where the heck is this? So I had no idea. I like, oh man, I've been on spaces like all day. I didn't even shave today. I didn't know. This is awesome. I love your show.
You look very handsome.
Hey, you and me, all right?
Yeah, I need to take a shower, honestly. But I love your show so much. I watched CNFT Con on my TV in my living room, and my niece and I watched it, and it was like awesome. And I can't believe I'm on it now talking to you.
Hell yeah, we can't believe we get to talk to you. We have been Trevor's amazing mom, who is also an NFT artist, is in the audience, and she told us how awesome you guys were. And so we're pretty honored to meet you as well. And I'm really impressed by the kitchen and like all of these like educational type initiatives that y'all are doing, because it's so needed.
Oh, it's so fun. That's the key word. If you read our research study that we did with the Alexandria project, it has a keyword list, and it has things like thermodynamics and refrigerators and cannabis and pilot study in blockchain publication, Cardano, and fun. That's one of the keywords there. So it's
fun
really
is what it's about. Yes. Actually, one of the questions we really love to ask people is, what's in your fridge? So maybe we'll do something topsy-turvy and ask you each what's in your fridge real quick.
I love it. Well, this study is about refrigerators, actually, and it was just a very happenstance kind of experience that we had on the High Science podcast. And it was a really great conversation about thermodynamics. And my question to the group was thinking about the consumption of things like teas and other stuff to kind of soothe your throat. You know, like after you smoke something, it might feel terrible. And, you know, so there's different kind of everyday approaches that people have for those things. And of course, as things happen in Cardano spaces, we're like, well, what if we did this idea? And what if we did that idea? And it becomes something much more than you ever expected. And it turned into a real study in real time, where we had a participant from Chile and a participant here in the United States to compare, after you take a big bong rip, what exactly is experienced when you open your refrigerator and stick your head inside. And the cooling air, like it's quite funny, frankly, but it's also too really interesting in terms of the thermodynamics that ADATOMS could speak more to, and then of course, as things happen in Cardano, it turned into something much more than we ever imagined, where we published an entire research study in the metadata of a native asset on Cardano.
Where's that? Let's pack that metadata. That is what I love to see.
What's in your metadata fridge?
Exactly. A lot of poetry.
Oh, I love it. I just published a poetry thing the other day during Bob Peace's space. We were talking about
that's
Robert
a great place.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool. Well, let's hear about like what both of you guys are doing and how y'all connected with each other.
I think he hit the mic. I think he's having mic issues.
Oh, ADATOMS?
ADATOMS, you have a mic issue? Give us a thumbs up if your mic is done. Okay, cool. All right.
Speak for us.
That's okay. All right. I mean, yeah, we've been talking about it honestly all day. I went on Cardano over coffee this morning and talked to Hero, which is always fun. And just
we love Hero.
Explaining just the different experiences that we have had so far in Cardano. Sorry, I'm outside. My dog is crazy. Look at
I like that you're outside a lot.
Yeah, we've never had a fully outside interview,
and we love it. Yeah, especially because we're about to move up north. It makes me excited.
Nice snow.
Can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah, we hear you, Mike.
Great.
Great.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No
I
problem.
didn't know
It
because
happens.
I was like speaking in the background.
I wondered.
I've
You
been
felt
there.
A little quiet.
I've been there
Thank
too.
you a lot for having us. Thank you a lot for having us here. We both, I think Noot also loves your show. So it's very fulfilling to have managed to be. What is he doing? Is
We
that a
should,
wolf?
we should only do outside interviews. I want to see people running around when they're not talking.
You asked if this show was going to be wacky today, and look, it did end up being that way. But you also brought that in a good way.
Yeah. So, well, let's introduce ourselves a little bit so we can later go on what the work was really about and what the Alexandria project is. So I am a chemist,
What's
and
your
I am
name?
about. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
My name is Andres.
Andres. And what is Noodz's name?
News, what you got? We need to know names.
My name,
Yeah, what are the names?
my name is David, but my friends call me Noodz.
We're going to
Okay.
call you Noods, but I got to know anyway. Okay, cool. Andres and David and Noods. Okay, cool. Go on. You're a chemist?
I am about to start my PhD, so the classes should be starting like in a month from now, like at the beginning of March. Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and I have been into crypto for a while already, and I have always been into sharing knowledge and sharing sciences. I always say in spaces that in the same way that, for example, a medic has to, swear an oath to train the next generation of medics and also to always work, to better society and so on. I do believe that as scientists and academics in general, should be forced to swear an oath in the same way to ensure that we are truly working for a better society and we are not just researching for
100%.
ourselves.
And not
And
just
that's
trying to make
where-
your own success and reputation.
Exactly.
At the expense of, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the big issues, the current system of, publicating sciences, of sharing sciences, the public school system across, I would say almost globally is an issue. And that's where ADATOMS come into. It's basically my way of sharing sciences. So I had a YouTube channel before, but I invested a lot of time into that, and I had no way of directly like engaging with the audience. And what I have found now in crypto, which is amazing because it has allowed, some collaborations like what we have now with Noodz, which is beautiful, is that, the crypto space is very tight in that sense. So you have a lot of interaction with the people that is consuming what you're trying to share and to give them to think of. And if they don't understand something, they can ask you right away, which for me personally makes it much more fulfilling at the same time as more efficient from a learning perspective.
So much more going to the root cause instead of dancing around and not actually getting a direct connection or answer. And that I'm not even in science, but that has been the most fulfilling for me too.
Exactly. And so I did this NFT project, but everything that I do in sense of education is for free. So every single science lecture we have had has been uploaded to the blockchain. So it will be completely free for everyone forever. That's the idea. And you can access everything on my project that's educational in the same way that you can access Noodz project educational stuff, basically completely for free. And if you want to support my project or our project, you can mint one of our NFTs, and that's that will be awesome. Of course, it will help pay your bills, pay your studies, and whatever. But the platform is there, Cardano is there, and it's probably the best publication technology we have had like in the whole human history. And that's where I met Noodz.
And so if we want to buy your NFTs, we can just go to your Twitter and is anything minting right now?
Yeah, so we have a collection of ADATOMS. Noodz has his own personal project. Sure.
Right.
So we have a collection of ADATOMS minting now. For that, you can go visit my Twitter, and there in the link tree, you will find a special button dedicated to minting, in case you want to support what we are doing.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
The lectures there. Yeah.
Cool. What up, Noodz?
I just wanted to say also quick too that I'm also a PhD student in the last leg of the race, which is they're waiting on one big fat PDF from me, and then you call me Dr. Noodz, and that would be cool.
Oh my God, that's gonna be amazing! I'm gonna write a song about that.
Couple of
Something,
doctors.
Dr. Noodz.
I'm gonna do my dissertation in the loudest way possible, and I'm gonna publish my dissertation on Cardano, and I don't mean topically. It will not be specifically about Cardano, but the content will indeed be published on Cardano using the amazing blockchain ecosystem that we have at our fingertips, kind of thing. And I'm really excited to meet other academics. And like I was saying before, we were just in a space with another really great community of people who are doing some really, really interesting projects. And I think that this year is going to be an absolute banner year for Cardano in a number of ways, you know. So I'm really excited. ADATOMS, awesome to meet on a video chat for the first time ever, which is really cool. And then thanks again for having the show. I love the show. I'm a super fan, definitely.
Cool. We appreciate that a lot. We're hoping to bring the realness however we can, and the goofiness, of course.
Oh yeah.
Well, what are y'all like? What kind of things have y'all collabed on, as far as Twitter Spaces or just combining your PhD powers?
Well, I think the most interaction we have.
Speaking of power, my laptop is dying. I'm gonna plug it in.
Ah, okay.
Okay, we hear you.
I think that the most interaction we have had in that sense is actually in Twitter Spaces, where Noodz is also always making very interesting spaces about learning languages, culture, basically everything. And
Definitely.
he also usually jumped, like he was one of the top students of the high science lectures that we hosted. And the funny thing is that it was like Science for Stoners. And I don't know why I had the bright idea to host it like very early in the morning where nobody would be awake. But, it was still very entertaining to see that that community growing there. And that's where we met with Noodz, and we have been collaborating in that sense for a while already. The very interesting thing also is that he also speaks fluent Spanish, so we also have had the chance of collaborating in a specially dedicated financial education series for the Latin American public, which is completely in Spanish. And you can also access that for free, So thanks for that collab, Noodz. It has been really, really interesting to have you there in the spaces.
Yeah, I think it's a really important point to integrate the different linguistic communities of the world, because most of the internet today, or kind of historically, is a thing that is largely English centered, right? And there's a whole history of reasons behind that kind of thing. And so in thinking about ways to engage different linguistic and cultural communities around the world is a very serious challenge for people who are very committed to blockchain, or if they genuinely believe in what Cardano might do in the future. And I really respect ADATOMS' work in that, not only being a person who creates platforms for individuals to express themselves or ask questions in different languages, but also to be able to facilitate translation and building, he's a bridge between communities largely on a number of different topics, whether they be scientific or of the chronic variety, or of any other kind of interesting and fun thing we might end up talking about. He's a really key individual that has done amazing things. And I see Jenny's here too. Shout out, hola prima, what's up?
Jenny from the blockchain, my baby. She's the best. She is a great voice in this community.
Yeah, was also in one of the spaces.
Totally.
FTW. Oh, that's awesome.
Let's hug the screen. Let's give Jenny a hug. Okay.
Yeah, the virtual hug is awesome.
Yeah, virtual hug. Thank you.
But it's been really important like that, and I always want to try and contribute myself as much as I can. As long as I have time and I'm available, I would love to participate in any linguistic experience, specifically, discussing very sometimes difficult and innovative topics that, no matter what language you speak, can be really hard to get your mind around. It's like people still ask, what is an NFT? What is this crazy thing that you have built or whatever, And to have really, honestly, very genuine conversations in different languages and on different topics about like the value of money and what does that mean throughout time and history is a really deep and profound sort of consideration. And if you can have those types of experiences, not only in English, but also in Spanish and other languages like Vietnamese, among others, from people who are part of the Cardano community, I think it's really great, you know? So I'm really stoked from all the work that we've done. We're having a happy hour this Friday. If you want to come hang out, bring a drink, bring your phone, bring your cup of coffee, bring your whatever, bring your girlfriend, bring your boyfriend, bring your wife, bring your kid, bring your dog. I brought a dog today, so it'll be really fun. Yeah, and just really excited to work on. What
time is that? At 5?
5:15. 5:15.
What time? At what time zone?
So that 5:15 is going to be Eastern Standard Time, and that equates to 2 p.m. 2:15 Pacific Standard Time, and that'll be 10:15 for our friends over on the other side of the pond.
Okay, great. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, everything you're saying makes me so happy because, you know, the enthusiasm and passion and realness behind your words, that this is the very first time that I have felt that online conversation that is real and open-minded is happening. I mean, Twitter Spaces are beyond any other experience I've had online. Like we all know that we have good intentions, and so everyone is acting in good faith and really listening to maybe a different opinion in a way that they wouldn't usually. And that's what America and a lot of other countries need right now, for sure. So
I agree.
Part of it.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. It's been really nice because I think we probably all grew up in maybe similar kind of internet histories where Twitter was like the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People just being like trolling you and being like, "Fuck you, you're stupid," and you're like, "I don't know you."
Yeah.
And now it's like, wait, now we can learn about thermodynamics in the morning where I'm literally just sitting there, a little cup of coffee, and just writing away on something, and then all of a sudden here's a really intriguing and meaningful conversation, you know, that I always leave feeling really great afterwards. You know, hang out in all of the different spaces. Shout out to the ADA Cafe. If you're watching this, vote for them in Catalyst.
We love them.
And just a really, really amazing time among an incredible community of people.
And teaching people how to do these things that there are no ways to learn otherwise is a really valuable thing you're doing. How to mint, how to, you know, do some of the things that we take for granted because we figured them out, but we need to have it around more, for sure.
There's a really cool post. And my Twitter timeline's a mess, and honestly, because I just like and retweet, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. But if you look on there, there's one individual, Rob G, who's another academically oriented friend who lives in San Diego, and he teaches in the community college system, and he did his first ever mint, and it was so awesome, and it's honestly quite advanced for like. I looked back on I was like, wait, what the heck was the first thing I minted on Cardano? And I went back and I looked and I was like, man, his is so much better than mine. It has like links and a picture and a poem and all this. And mine was just like picture of a guy, like so basic, you know what I mean? So it's really cool to see people. Yeah, they mint for the first time though. That's the starting point now for people in the ecosystem, which is like really, really fun. And I think that as more people get into on-chain minting, like we were discussing before with Stellarhood, that is like my next exploration area is learning HTML stuff and putting it in there and making like whole little amazing cool things in the creative kitchen called Cardano. So it's exciting.
Very exciting.
Really cool.
So much is possible with the metadata that's only just begun to be explored out there.
Definitely.
Infinite possibilities. We named a stake pool after this concept, as a matter of fact. We just started one.
That's great.
Well,
What's it called?
We want to talk about that, actually.
Yeah, because we're going to be highlighting single pools on our Thursday show, and we want to make sure to be learning more about different pools so we can highlight them and talk about what they're trying to do and what they're about.
Infinite possibilities, right? Is that the...
Yeah, the stake pool is called Infinite Possibilities, and the ticker is INFI. That's INFI, and really cool. It's named after an NFT, as a matter of fact. I don't know if many other ones are, or I don't know, whatever. But we named ours after an NFT, and it was from the Collabaway in October, which was a really great event that we did with token partner artists and This Crazy Life from the Refresh, where we had people mashups, and we did like a crazy. There was 64 assets that we gave away, and at that time, this is pre-Stoners Club era, right? So this is like before the giveaway was like kind of almost an inherent part of the ecosystem in certain ways. You know what I mean? Which is part of the fun, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot. There was like it was like
marble races.
Yeah, marbles and stuff.
There was like one big giveaway a week or something. It was like everyone wanted to get this one NFT. Really fun time. And yeah, we did a collaborative thing where people took the Refresh, which is another on-chain NFT. Crazy Life from the Refresh is someone who learned from Egon, who made Stellar Hood and various other things, Nervous Unsync Combinator, some of the all-time classics on Cardano. Taught him a lot of the skill sets that he used to create the Refresh, which is an on-chain NFT project that came out last year in September. Really, really good. And people took the images that they found in the Refresh and combined it with their own artistic creativity, and it was really, really amazing just to see. Like, we had 64 things to give away. It took me like a whole day to sit there and just like, and it was just me sending everything to, I was like, all right, you're the winner, give me your address, and we did the stuff, and it was so fun. And that was the beginning time period of a really important, I think, just evolution in the space, just all the things that were happening around after the hard fork. For me, this is like very transformative. And I went to the summit, and people there were really encouraging to think about stake pool operation and what it means. And I've always thought about it and been such a fan of it, but then, take a really critical perspective about how that might look in new ways, kind of thing, is a conversation that for us started at the Cardano Summit, and it just continued throughout all the spaces and places in between, all the way up until this new year, 2022. In January, I went to California to put the final touches on all of it. I literally flew there. I sold Bitcoin. Thank you, Satoshi. You paved my way for me to go to California and start a stake pool on Cardano. Really fun. And it's amazing. We just started like the last 2 epochs getting delegators. We have like 2,000 ADA staked. So you want to talk about small stake pool delegators? We're the smallest.
That's a big chunk to start. I mean, shoot.
Yeah. Hey, we started with 500, honestly, and we got up to 2,000 in like a few days. So we're like, woo, all right, but it's cool.
Possibilities. Seems like you could get a lot going there.
Well, we're trying. Yeah, we're going to make this Epoch 318 is really fun. We're going to make some content available for all the delegators. We're going to send them copies of things that we've made and cooked up in the Cardano kitchen. So they're going to get the Ouroboros papers in the workshop, and a Charles Hoskinson whiteboard video on DApps and development. And then, of course, the Alexandria Project's first publication called Just Chilling, a thermodynamic pilot study. So we're going to send that off to the delegators, and we're planning to make this available on drip drops as well, which is one of the kind of methods of blockchain distribution we've been thinking of, so that every staked wallet in the ecosystem can have a chance to have these materials too. So the stake pool is up and running. Drip drops, I think that there's a lot, obviously, as you know, with the congestion of the network in the last few epochs, so we wanted to have it out now, but for various reasons, we're thinking that Epoch 320 will be available for everyone in the whole ecosystem to get a copy of the paper, the workshop, if they want to claim it on a drip drops thing, So there's so much going on.
Are you and Andres in the stake pool together, or is this just Noodz? Just want to clarify.
Just Noodz.
Okay, just wondering. Okay,
it's me, Fractal Fusion specifically. Sorry.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and now we can talk the infrastructure of it. It's not on AWS, which I'm really kind of stoked for. It's on a very robust infrastructure kind of thing through his partner, who is a lifelong web developer. And the first time I met him, he said the first time he fixed a computer as a favor to someone was 1994. And he's a very advanced computer developer scientist. And over the last year, Fractal Fusion kind of brought him into the Cardano ecosystem and showed him what blockchain was and Cardano and doing NFT projects and all that stuff. And it's really piqued his interest in ways where, exactly. You fall down the rabbit hole, and then 6 months later, you're like, I have a stake pool, or I have an NFT collection or something like that, So it's really cool to see his mind. You can, every conversation you see the wheels turning in his head, and it's so brilliant to see.
That's awesome. We will definitely be putting infinite possibilities in the old single stake pool list.
Yeah, definitely.
I would like to ask each of you, what is something that you would like for everyone to understand about you or your project? Whoever wants to go
Want to
first.
start with that one, Noodz?
I have to start. Oh, come on, man! I was just talking. It's you. You go and
Oh,
then
okay,
I'll give it a shot.
That's true.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think the most important thing that I, as an educator, wish, like I dream of being able to transmit to people is the importance and the usefulness of the scientific method. So I think that behind all my work, there is this basic idea that you should be questioning basically everything you're reading. Even in my lectures, that's like something that I usually tell the listeners and the students. Like, I'm telling you this, and I have that many years of experience in this field, but I don't know everything, and I'm still human. I can still make many mistakes. So this basic idea of testing and trying the conventions that we sometimes have in our lives too. I'm sorry?
And it's like things that we take for granted or just use an easy button for. We need to make sure we're using some logic or a thought process to get to that location and examine where it came from within ourselves before just going full steam ahead. That's a very noble cause to me.
Yeah, exactly. We are embedded in this cultural and you can even say, varying from religion to religion and varying from, state to state and, family to family even. But the idea is to always try to challenge those intellectual boundaries because there should be no intellectual boundaries in that sense. As long as you're not hurting another human being or another being in that sense, like necessarily, there should be no restraints to human education. In that sense, education and access to proper information is a basic human right, and that is something that was basically the idea that brought us together with Noodz. I would say, and that's also the idea behind the ADATOMS, behind Noodz, behind the Alexandra project, and behind the Wisdom token that has been recently minted. But I won't go on further than that.
Wisdom. That's a token we need for sure, a wisdom token. I'm definitely down with that because everybody values intelligence, but not everybody values wisdom, and we need both. Cool. Now, I want to make sure we get to talk about anything else.
Noodz should answer.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
You didn't get forgotten.
You
We're
didn't get
coming right
forgotten.
back to you.
All right, wait. So what was the question?
Producer.
The question was, what is one thing you want people to know about you or your project?
About you or your project, yes, or both.
Okay. So many things I could say. I'll just show you that I'm here for the very, very long haul. And this is my little book, my onion book, and it says 2022. And I filled up. How much have I filled up so far? This is literally started from New Year's.
Oh, so great.
Today is what? The date is the
31st.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So here's what 1 month in Cardano has been so far. This much of this book.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, you're taking notes.
Damn.
I think
I want you to flip them.
through.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Very nice.
Halfway through.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
I have a lot going on, and I have a physical calendar with stickers and stuff. And the latest dates that I have on my actual physical calendar for Cardano stuff is December 31st, and I have almost every week mapped out, at least from now until April 1st, where it will be what I want to do with the Alexandria project is have the Q1 report card. And we'll have a report card just like a school, and everybody in the community can grade our project and give us vote with emojis and give us an A+ or B- or C or big fat F, and then we'll mint that into a crazy community NFT, and it'll be really fun. And it's just such a pleasure of a lifetime. And I just want to say, if there's anything to know about me, is that I'm eternally thankful for the opportunities that I've been given, both in this life and in this space among great, amazing, inspiring, and brilliant people. It's the pleasure of a lifetime to build on Cardano, and I'm I'm clearly very excited for this year. I think it's going to be a good one.
We are too.
Right there with you.
Yeah, honestly, for me is I love blockchain history, and I love the third generation is my favorite in my home, Cardano, and I'm looking ahead towards the future and what the fifth generation might mean, kind of thing, for a new generation of young people in the world. So I'm here for generations, or at least try as my damnedest to be. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing to say. I feel that being eternally grateful. That tells me a lot about you.
I mean, I broke my neck before. Hold on. I think I have my passport. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. I'll show you this. You want to see another reason why I'm grateful? There's a lot, honestly, in life. But I'll show you my passport photo, and this will be pretty fun. Let me hide all my sensitive information.
Yeah, sure.
Be careful showing your passport photo.
Don't
but
share
we-
anything. Yeah.
No, I'll share it. This is cool. So look at this. I'm in a neck brace. I broke my neck before in my life. There I am. And you can see my last name, so it's right there. It's Paulson. David Paulson is my full name, and that's completely fine because I'm a scholar, and you can look up stuff that I've written.
My name is David
Name
Paulson.
is David Paulson.
My middle name is Robert, as a matter of fact. So
David
Oh,
Robert Paulson. Yeah. That's awesome.
so crazy, yeah. So there's doxing my full name. Now you can go try and rip off my bank. Go call them. I dare you. It would be really fun because I'm at the other end of the phone call.
Paulson's money.
So basically you broke your neck and that is what helped you find this community?
No. I just mentioned that and showed that picture of myself with a broken neck and a neck brace because it's a thing that is also a continual reminder about how amazing and fortunate I am to be in certain spaces where I felt that way beforehand, before I broke the neck and woke up in the hospital like, oh my God, it's crazy. That I felt very appreciative, very much so before that. And then after that, it was a really stark reminder about how fragile just life is, And if I have the opportunity in the life that I'm given, it didn't end then in 2015. It's still going now, knock on wood, which is awesome, A-okay for me. And having the opportunity to be in this space, in this moment in time, among a community of brilliant and amazing people is honestly a thing that, you say feeling thankful is super important. And I most definitely do. I fundamentally believe the first bad day that I have is the first one I don't. So every day after that is a gift and one I'm always happy to receive. So
And it's always the best day because how could it not be?
I mean, you can have happy days for sure, but
it's still the best day when you take a step back and look at it because you didn't die. You're still here,
Yeah.
It's
like
crappy and it's amazing. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are some awesome dudes. Go ahead, Andres.
No, just wanted to say I'm very glad, Noodz, that you made it and you're here, man. You have taught me a lot, so I appreciate that. If I have to be thankful for something in this last quarter, I would say it's that the sheer amount of things you have brought to me. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you to everybody. And yeah, it's a really awesome space. Again, I'm a total fan of the show. I can't even believe I'm on this thing right now. This is crazy. I watched this on my TV.
I can't believe you watched it. I'm so happy to hear that.
I feel very starstruck meeting so many people.
Right?
I mean, because everybody hearing you talk, it's like I just can't believe that I'm meeting two people like you that. And I meet people that are that amazing all the time. It would be like just a eureka moment before Cardano if I met people like you, and now it's happens so often that it blows my mind.
Blow your noodle.
There.
Blow your noodle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, many people think I just make funny noodle pictures, which is kind of the provocative intent of everything.
That was my first impression, yeah. But I've since gained a more nuanced understanding.
I found that very few people read their NFTs, so most people don't know that I make educational. I've always made educational content. My first release in September was all the eras of Cardano, but in noodles.
Nice.
So the noodle is a popular metaphor for the human mind. So how do you put Cardano into noodles? And I used noodles to do it, and it was really fun. And I was like, I mean, my whole experience in Cardano has just been such a deeply personal one with a lot of people that were really helpful for me in learning the ecosystem and learning how to build. And shout out to the token crew, and Chris Hockaday in particular is somebody who's very much always supported a lot of the things I've thought about or tried to do. And individuals like that that's the thing I'm thankful for, is everyone in the community, honestly.
Got a couple of great
100%.
thoughts here in chat from G. Sean. We're very fortunate to be here at the beginning of this amazing Cardano journey.
We really are.
Robert says, we're all here for all of you, and you're all family.
Family, your family as well. And we're so happy that you're here to party with us. Blow your noodle.
Oh my gosh.
Now, oh yeah, something I really wanted to ask you before we end this. I want to know what each of you do to like relax and rejuvenate yourself creatively. You know, just sort of like refill your cup.
Honestly, I look at like NFTs sometimes. If I like can't, I like just look at a refresh and just like refresh.
It
the
has to
page
be
and
not
that's-
NFT.
Right,
It
right.
has to be out of
You
NFTs.
have to walk away from a computer for this question. I saw you running around with your doggy.
Yeah,
That's my answer.
that's
Music.
a great answer.
Music.
Right.
Music is pure truth, and it's awesome.
I love music so much. If I had a dream job to do, someone commissioned me to help them write something, and I'm just going to put this out there in the universe, and maybe one day someone will see it, is that the Disney company will contact me to put the entire catalog of the Beatles sheet music preserved on a blockchain for future generations, so that my niece, who also really loves the Beatles now because Uncle Dave is crazy and plays the song and the piano and the
That's
stuff,
great.
and we could preserve that type of amazing music history.
Yeah, the Beatles made me who I am in a huge way, and it's important that we pass these things along for sure.
Do you have a favorite Beatles album?
My favorite is White Album.
Ooh, nice.
All time. But I
have a
also
favorite
do
Disney?
love some early stuff too.
All right, there's two parts to the White Album. Do you gravitate towards one or the other?
I really love I don't think I know like which one is part 1 and part 2, but I really love isn't Happiness is a Warm Gun on White Album?
Yeah,
I
that's
love
like
that song
or
across
something.
the
Or maybe
universe.
2. No, Dear Prudence is track 2. Oh man, what a great album! I love Dear Prudence. Yeah.
What about you?
Favorite album?
Yeah.
This is really hard.
I know.
You can ask it. You got to be able to answer.
I know. That's right. That's right.
I'm going to answer it with a Mount Rushmore cheap answer and give my top 4 and say Rubber Soul Revolver, Abbey Road, and man, oh man, I guess Sgt. Pepper. It's so hard.
Oh yeah, Sgt. Pepper's good. I can accept a multiple answer. I don't consider that a cheat. That's fine.
Yeah, at least it's better than I guess I just like them all, right?
yeah, exactly, 100%.
Moonfly is a fan of Back in the USSR.
Yeah, Moonfly, my girl. We got a lot of the same taste for sure.
Moonfly in the chat said that they want to have some events in Las Vegas. I saw. I couldn't reply to, and was also said that they would bring their lips to something. I don't know where that was. So shout out Moonfly.
Trippy lips.
They're so awesome. Okay, now I want to hear from my boy Andres. ADATOMS. God, I want to say this right. Say it.
I am actually not sure because when I thought the name, I didn't knew that there was one type of atom in chemistry called an atom that is like an atom.
No way.
Surface. And
wow.
Now I'm not sure if I should call it like ADATOMS, ADATOMS, or but you know it's
ADATOMS because it's like ADATOMS.
Yeah, ADATOMS. Yeah, that was the original one.
Yeah. ADATOMS.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's hear about your cup filling relaxation. I know I saw a sneak peek of Preciousness.
Yes. Well, the thing is, I do 2 things mainly to relax. First, well, 3 things. First, I meditate. Sometimes will help of some substances. I train a lot too. I am a martial artist. I practice HEMA, that is historical European martial arts. So I fight with longsword. Awesome. I do Ringen, which is basically like German jiu-jitsu.
Legit.
I also have a cat.
Hey.
A cat's purring, our cat's purring really helps me meditate. Just listening to the purring, so comforting.
Wait, what is the cat's name?
He's Electron. And, as he is a particle, he also needs an antiparticle. And his sister is running there somewhere. Posse,
Posse, the
Posse.
pussycat. Positron.
Yeah, Positron. I think she had something in the living room.
Well,
Yeah,
She's
that's
got
basically
things
it.
to do.
Curious. So
Yeah.
if they ever meet, what happens?
Yeah, what happens when they meet?
Yeah, from time to time, actually, they start fighting. Like they start out playing, and then
Yeah.
one bites the other one a little bit too hard, and then the other one is like resentful, and they start fighting. So that's the annihilation happening.
Totally.
It's so scientific.
Well, I love hearing about those awesome hobbies you've got. Definitely don't lose those because they will just make everything else you do even better. Now let's see what we've got a guitar over here.
Yeah, I see a guitar in your hand. Is that an invitation?
We do like to have music on this show.
No, I was just honestly just fiddling around with it. That was
Comfortable?
Well, you did
I
have
will.
Okay.
Jam out and play music if you want.
If you want to just do a little bit, that'd be
if
pretty
you want
fun.
to just play something small, we would
Yeah.
love that.
Sure.
It doesn't have to
Then
be
just-
anything
just
crazy.
chill,
Doesn't
you know?
have to be a whole thing.
All right, I'll play a Ween song. You guys know about Ween?
Yeah, and
I've
we just
been
had
talking
you
down
need to
lately.
talk to Pearl Farm. She's an amazing new artist in the community that was wearing a Ween shirt with a Ween cup and
What?
Ween poster art.
I
And
love Ween.
yeah,
I have Ween records sitting right behind me because I'm a record.
you need to add her at Pearl Farm on
Underscore.
Twitter.
It's an underscore at the end.
Okay.
Pearl Farm underscore.
Yeah.
All right, I'll find it.
And also,
I'll send
Ween
it to you on
is
Twitter, too,
coming
though.
to New Orleans in
Yeah.
April, I think.
We might be
Pretty
going
cool.
already, but yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to travel. Honestly, my real hobby is travel, and the pandemic was such a painful, just terrible experience for all of us. Like, right, CNFT Con, I watched you guys on my freaking living room, and we couldn't have an in-person thing. And it made me put this passport in cold storage for a year, and it's been really difficult. So I'm really eager to get out. I just went to California like a week and a half ago, and going to Florida and France this summer. All things
Very nice.
Florida and France. That's nice.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Nice.
in the
It'll be
summit.
nice and warm down there.
Yeah, we're gonna be at Summit in Con.
You know it.
Yeah,
Can't wait
so
to see y'all.
I can't wait to hang out. Honestly, that's my real passion in life, is travel in the world. If I had all the money in the world, which I don't at all, if I did though, what I would do is I would literally just go to a new country every day and stay there, or not every day, maybe like once a month, change it up, and just hang out and eat and drink food with everybody, and just like have a really good time and just be a listener and a student in their classrooms. I love learning so much. And so if there's any French speakers out there, I'm going to France, and je parle un peu de français. Je voudrais
Ooh la la. That's
Oui.
the only Spanish I speak.
Un, deux, trois. Okay, and
Ooh la
un,
la.
deux, un, deux, trois.
All right, wait on. I don't even know if this is tuned. I think it is. All right, cool. I'm gonna play a Ween song. And
Great.
I played this the other night. If you were in Bob Peace's Speak Your Piece, and it was really fun in the context of that conversation. I said that this is my breakup song with Web 2, because we were talking to artists and musicians thinking about what Spotify is and how frankly insufficient it might be for the creators.
Problematic.
Yes, a bit, or maybe insufficient, or maybe there's other ways that we can think
Yeah.
about content distribution with royalties, holding it in your wallet forever, whatever, something cool maybe in there. So this was my breakup song with Web 2. So I'll sing it again. And Web 2, I'm breaking up with you today.
It's not you.
Last time I saw you, I was holding your hands, and I couldn't wait for you to leave. I knew right then it was over and done, and I couldn't believe that I was free. Help me now, I'm going down. If you need a place to stay, I'll be around. in town, and I don't know if I'll be okay. When the wind blows and there's a chill in the air, I hope someone there is taking care of you. I'm alright, yeah, I'm really okay. Just so you know, I'm always there for you. Help me now, I'm going down, and I don't know if I'll be okay. I'll be around, I'll be in town, if you need a place to stay. Web 2, we're breaking up with you. Conglomerate companies, now we own it. Just like it used to be.
Woo! Where's that audience? What did you think, audience? Holy shit, dude, you honestly, you're amazing, and you gave me some, you gave me Ween and a bit of Billy Corgan vibes with your voice, so good job.
I didn't expect that to happen, so I didn't prepare, and I'm sorry. But I also have to say sorry to Web 2. A breakup, like all things, should not be considered a threat or the end of the world. This is your opportunity to rebound, and you will find a new love
and grow.
You will grow, develop, and that's what it's all. It's fun. It can be really fun. And breakups suck. I've been there. I've been down in the dumps. Honestly, for like half a year of my life, I was fucked up, and it happens, and it hurts, and it doesn't have to be that way when you're breaking up and turning the page of time on the internet and on ecosystems of communication among humans. So sorry, Web 2. Now broken up officially 2 times. And thanks again for this wonderful opportunity to come and meet with you all and hang out and play music and laugh and have fun.
That's what we like to do. We had a great
Absolutely.
time with both of you, and actually, we're so excited to have had music. We actually had a music on our last episode too, and
2
so
in a row,
maybe
baby.
we're about to start having music often.
Should we
Maybe
have
we're gonna
musical
try
guests
to plan that. We're
and,
gonna
bring people on just to play some music for
more
us.
of a variety show, you know?
I think the answer is yes.
Yes.
A prerequisite: you can't come on the show unless you have a musical act too.
Triangle.
Yeah, we need to see
Do some
kind of
spoken word
performance.
about NFTs at least.
You could have a musical guest. It'll be like Jimmy Kimmel Live or whatever show.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you've inspired us.
Yeah,
You
totally.
and Shart.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Shart is really good. Shart is
Oh,
he
yeah.
played Bob Dylan
He
song.
played-
Oh my god.
Yeah, he killed it.
He played a couple of songs on our Thursday show. It was awesome.
And it looks like the live chat loved it as well. Yeah, maybe we'll get everybody busting stuff out at CNFT Con.
Oh yeah, gonna have
Yeah.
some good musical performances.
Would be nice to meet you guys there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You too. I
Thank you
can't
so
wait
much.
to buy some of your stuff. And I see what beautiful intentions y'all have, and it just makes me even more interested. There's a lot going on, so it's nice to get to meet people so I can zero in and
For real.
actually give more support.
Pick
Well,
something.
if you're interested to support our project or our work, you can, of course, mint ADATOMS NFTs. You can also delegate to the InFi stake pool. And many people don't know that I also have NFT collections available right now on token.io/Noodz, cooked in November and still not sold. Still 5 available out of a 1 of 117 NFT collection. And if you want to support it, then all you have to do is send nudes and send your ADA to the Noodz.
Send those nudes.
That's great.
I have my hat
Doctor, give me the nudes. That's what I'm going to sing about you.
How long
That's great.
have you been waiting to use that cap notes? How long have you preparing for this moment?
I didn't expect to have a video chat. I thought this was going to be a Twitter space. I was legit wearing this.
That's true. That's true.
It was not even planned.
That's
Perfect.
great.
Perfect.
But I have.
Yeah, we
I
got to see
have
pets
the whole
and
thing. I
everything.
filmed.
Yeah, we get to see both of you.
Animals. So good.
We love animals.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming, y'all. Mr. Pistachio's off screen telling me we got to wrap this segment up.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, guys, thank you.
One
so much.
last thing, you guys can check our Twitters for a wisdom giveaway. The only way you can get wisdom tokens in the moment is via this giveaway. So try your luck, guys.
All right. And
Thank you so
those
much.
links are in the description down below. Check it out.
Andres, you're beautiful. So nice to meet you. Noodz, you're amazing. So nice to meet you.
Son geniales, chicos. Muchas gracias. Que les vaya muy bien.
Muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Nos vemos.
Muchas gracias.